Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. And today we're going to be talking about Snowfall, Season 5, Episode 5. This episode was crazy, so let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right to it. So everybody got blasted on, and I want to know who's behind it. My number one suspect is Veronique. I think Franklin's supposed baby mama got everybody shot up, but y'all let me know what y'all think. So Teddy, Gustavo, Franklin, and Franklin's driver, not Peaches, because Peaches called in sick. Something's wrong with Peaches. I don't know what it is, but something wrong with him. But while they was doing this job, somebody came through and started shooting at him. Teddy got shot, and when he got shot, he got in the car and drove off. He was like, I'm out of here. Y'all fend for yourself. And that's just what he made Gustavo do. Gustavo was using the car that he drove off in for cover. And when he drove off, he was left out in the open. Franklin said, get over here. And then Gustavo gets shot. But it just barely tapped him. You know, he was all right. But they ended up getting out of there alive. I don't know how, but they did. Franklin's driver didn't make it though. He was down dead on the ground. So while Teddy was driving, he was about to pass out. So he had to pull over. He got out the car, opened the trunk, and put some crack on his gunshot wound. I said, you learn something new every day. Who knew that by putting crack on your gunshot wound, it would numb the pain? I didn't. You probably did, but I didn't. And he decided to sniff a little too. I was like, okay. So he drives off and goes over this woman's house. And she seems like a little weirdo. And she told him it's going to cost $250,000 to stitch him back up and make him all better again. He had trails of blood all over her driveway and through the house. Anybody walking by could have seen it and been like, oh no, I'm going to call the police. I don't know how nobody else saw it, but anyway, she started operating on him. So I guess we'll see the aftermath of his surgery in the next episode. And what she's about to do with all those drugs she found in the trunk of his car. Now back to Gustavo and Franklin. So after they were able to leave that shootout, they went to a payphone and Franklin started beeping people. He started paging everybody. Then these kids come up and try to punk them for their bags. They find out that there's money in it. So they started chasing them through the neighborhood. They ended up hiding in this little tunnel thing, and after being there for a while, they decided to leave the bags of money there. So they start walking and they break into this person's house, and whoever lives in this house likes to kill animals and stuff them. So it was a stuffed bear in there, a stuffed alligator. And right when Franklin was about to use the phone, a man comes out and shoots them both with a dart. And the dart makes them pass out. But right before they pass out, Franklin asks the man, are you going to stuff me too? And the man's like, nah, you're too skinny, but your friend over there. And then Franklin was like, Franklin tells Gustavo, he's gonna stuff you, run. But like he's barely able to even speak, and then like he passes out. So when they wake up, they're both in a cage, and next to them is a tiger in a cage. What are the odds, and what kind of bad luck could you have to end up in this situation in the first place? How you think they're gonna get out of this situation? And now we have a whole shootout outside of a restaurant. So Veronique, Franklin's supposed baby mama, had a meeting with Louis, Jerome, and Sissy talking about this investment. And we're going to talk a little more about that later, but they was outside talking about this investment that her and Franklin want Louis and Jerome to invest in. And while they're at the table, Louis and Jerome's pager is beeping because, like I said earlier, Franklin was calling from a payphone to tell them that he just got shot at. So Jerome gets up from the table to call Franklin back. And while he was on the phone talking to him for like 11 seconds, somebody comes through and started blasting on them outside at the table. Louis, Sissy, and Veronique. And anybody who was in the way. But look at Veronique. She ain't scared. I don't care what nobody say. She faking being scared. Why did she tell Jerome and Louis to put your guns in my purse? Something wrong with that. So the police got them with their hands behind their head and on the curb. But then Louis lets the cop know, and she knows Detective Buckley, to call him down here if you don't believe me. So he came down there and they was able to go. But that's not before Jerome let Buckley know that he'll beat him in his head until the white meat show. Veronique is sketchy. She always has this smile on her face, looking at somebody side-eyed like she's taking notes in her head. And I think she was behind this whole thing. Look at her. Look how she looking. I think she's trying to take down Franklin and everyone he knows. And right after Jerome and Louis told her and Franklin that they want no parts in this investment, that is not their dream, it's his dream. Franklin and Veronique want them to drop like $5-10 million for something they don't even want to do. And Franklin got an attitude about it. Leon and Javi got shot up too. Leon went to Javi about the guns that he'd been trying to get. And while they was there, somebody came through shooting. Leon was able to get one as long as Leon wasn't shot. Who y'all think was behind this whole thing? They was over here like, where Peaches at? You seen Peaches? Nah, Peaches ain't got nothing to do with this. Peaches is barely alive, because he over there sick somewhere. But Sissy is still trying to take down Teddy with this private investigator. But the private investigator hit her with the, I'm gonna need you to record Franklin. And she was like, nah, I'm not about to take down my son to take down Teddy. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that, because he's talking about the only way to make sure that your whole family is protected is finding out what Franklin is up to. And that sounds like some BS. But let me know your thoughts on this episode, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.